Hey guys, welcome back to the Crafty Couple. Today we've got some awesome modern boho Dollar Tree DIYs. If you enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up. But most importantly, let us know in the comments which project's your favorite. Before we get started, we want to let you know today's video is a collaboration with According to Kat. So if you guys are not familiar with her, she does some awesome Dollar Tree and thrift store upcycle projects. She's been a huge supporter of our channel from the very beginning, so we're really excited to do this collaboration. Make sure after you watch our video, go subscribe and go watch her video. I know you guys will love it. Again, thank you so much, According to Kat, for doing this collaboration with us. But let's jump in and get started.
For this project, you will need 2 of the 6x8 canvases. The easiest way that I have found to get the canvas off is to take a flathead screwdriver and pry up all the staples and then grab pliers and pull them off. Once you take the canvas off, you'll be left with these 2 wooden frames. I drew a straight line at the bottom, and that's where we're going to cut so that the ends are flat. What we use to cut all our wood is this Black & Decker jigsaw, and there's a link in the description below for this. This is what you'll be left with after you cut, and we will be staining and gluing these together. You'll just want to sand down the end just a little bit and go in with the dark walnut minwax stain. And this is what it looks like after you've stained. Now we just need to hot glue both of the ends together. To create a backing for this, I just grabbed a black piece of poster board from Dollar Tree and I traced the inside and I just cut it out. Then to create the design, we'll be grabbing these craft sticks from Dollar Tree. Cut off the curved end on one side of a lot of these. This is the pattern that I am going for. You can do whatever pattern you would like for this. And then I just started hot gluing them onto the poster board in the pattern that I liked. For the small gaps, just cut the crafting sticks to size. For all the ones that I've laid down so far, I'm going to be painting them with the Waverly chalk paint in the color ink. And then I painted 4 of the crafting sticks white, also by Waverly. And then I stained 2 of them. Now it's time to hot glue the white ones on. Then you'll go in with the stained ones. And then the white ones once again. To finish it off, I just lined up the crafting sticks how I liked the end, and then I'm staining all the rest. Now lay the frame on top and we'll be tracing all around the outside so that we know where to cut. Then cut on your lines all the way around. To finish it off, we just need to hot glue the corners of the frame and put it on top. If you have any left over on the sides, just cut those as well.
For our baskets, we're going to start with this bowl. This is just one of the little garden bowls from Dollar Tree and some jute twine. And you can use any kind of shape you want. This is the one we decided to go with. And we're just going to start with hot gluing the center here with the jute twine and then going around and around. You want to make sure that you're using quite a bit of hot glue to secure all of the different strands. Now, I ended up doing this a couple different ways. One was with the hot glue, and another way was with Mod Podge. I've seen people use like saran wrap or a cling wrap to go over the bowl first, and then they'll Mod Podge around that, and then put the actual jute or rope over that to give it a little bit more structure. And then after, you can just pull the saran wrap or that cling wrap off, and it should work really well. We didn't have any on hand, so I tried a couple different ways. I think using the Mod Podge worked out the best. I feel like the hot glue didn't look as clean afterwards when everything was dried. And you want to make sure that you're doing it on the outside of the bowl. That way, when whatever glue you're using dries, it's on the back side of the basket, not the inside. So you can see here, we're using that jute twine again and just Mod Podging as we go. We found this to just be kind of the easiest and cleanest way to do it. And if you guys have other ways that you found that work better or seen other YouTubers do it, let us know in the comments. We'd love to know what your opinion is or other ways to make this work. I decided to make one of the baskets out of this Nautical rope, and for this I would suggest using the hot glue. Mod Podge I don't feel like would work very well since it takes a while to dry and the rope is quite a bit stiffer. I went along here, and in between each strand as I went around, I would just put a few little dabs of hot glue and then hold it for a minute. The other reason I like the hot glue here is it dries fast, and it actually looked pretty good compared to with the smaller jute. There was just a lot of it on the back. This you can hide in between each row of nautical rope, so it doesn't look bad at all. And just be careful as you're going along here that you don't put too much glue. It can run into the front, so we want to avoid any of that seeping through. As you can see, I'm just putting a few little dabs as I go, and then I'll hold it for just a moment and continue on. Now here's our three little baskets. The base one is more of a basket. The other two are kind of flat. We ended up running out of the jute and the rope, and we're trying to stay home as much as we can, so we just ended up using what we had. I still think they look fine, and what we're doing here is just taping it off. I went right in the center and just some masking tape, and then make sure you press down on the side that you're going to be painting. That way we can avoid any of that going through to the other side. For this first one, I'm just using some ink chalk paint from Waverly, and don't be afraid to go in there and put as much as you can. It does use quite a bit since it is the rope, but as you can see there, it looks really nice. And we're just going to pull off the tape here, and that will leave us with a very nice clean line. For the larger basket, we're using the white Waverly chalk paint. And as you're painting and you get closer to the actual tape, I like to press down on the edge of it, and that way it kind of helps you from getting any paint underneath the tape and gives you a clean straight line. As you can see, they're coming out really nice. And for the last one, we're going to use the mineral chalk paint, also from Waverly, and just do the same thing as the other two. We wanted to go with a little more of a modern look on these baskets. That's why we decided to paint them. Let me know in the comments though, do you guys like the paint? Would you keep them as is, or if you've seen any other ways to paint these to make them look cool? I'm interested to know what you guys think and what suggestions you have.
For our last project, I grabbed a piece of the 3D wreaths from Dollar Tree. Take a pair of pliers and just pull off these little circles. Then I sprayed the whole thing with the Rust-Oleum gold spray paint. I'm using these beads that I got from Amazon, but Dollar Tree does have beads that you can spray paint, and I spray painted 3 of them. And then I'll be using this yarn that I also got from Dollar Tree. This is what it'll look like after you spray paint it. To measure this out, I measured from the top of the circle and then down as far as I wanted the yarn to hang. And you will need 4 pieces of yarn this length. Once you have them this length, go ahead and tie them around the top, and then we will be tying these pieces around the bottom. Separate the strands and tie them all evenly. When we tie these 4 strands, there will be 8 smaller strands hanging at the bottom, and that's what will be spaced evenly across the whole thing. Now you are going to measure from the bottom of the hoop all the way down to where the string hangs, and we are going to cut out 5 of these pieces. So with it folded in half, there will be 10 strands hanging down, and just wrap it around the bottom of the hoop. To cover up the first strands that we did, just go over top of that one strand. And now we will just do this across the whole entire bottom. For this whole project, I only used 2 rolls of the yarn. I just barely needed that second roll to do the last 2 strands. This is what it should look like once you are finished with the whole bottom. To finish it off, I grabbed just one piece of string and I'm tying it directly in the middle. I put tape over the bottom of the string so that the beads would slide on nicely. And then I put the beads on. Once that's finished, just tie a knot at the very bottom so they don't fall.
Thanks for watching, guys. We hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure to go check out According to Kat and watch her video. I know you'll love it. And as always, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you can be notified every time we upload a new video.